One day, a curious boy looked at his grandfather and asked bluntly, "Grandpa, what's the secret to success?" The old man didn't answer with words. Instead, he grabbed two identical saplings and planted one in a pot indoors and the other right outside in the yard. The boy didn't get it at the time, but he trusted his grandfather's wisdom, that kind of wisdom that only comes with wrinkles and time. It seemed like simple gardening, but hidden in it was one of the greatest life lessons no school could ever teach. A lesson you only learn after real struggle. For years past, the boy, no longer a child, hadn't forgotten his question. His grandfather called him to the backyard and showed him both trees. The one indoors had barely grown, tiny, fragile, like a decoration. But the one outside, it was massive. Its roots had spread deep into the earth, its trunk was thick, and the shade it cast covered half the garden. The contrast was impossible to ignore. Without saying a word, the grandfather just smiled and let the boy connect the dots. The tree analogy spoke louder than anything. At that moment, the boy began to understand that real growth doesn't come from comfort, that it's impossible to build resilience, determination, or any form of personal development locked inside a safe, air-conditioned bubble. The success he wanted wasn't hidden behind closed doors. It was out there, where the wind hits hard and the ground demands strength to hold on. That tree in the yard was a living mirror of what he could become, if he had the guts to step out of his comfort zone. And little did he know, the deepest part of the lesson was still on the way. Then the grandfather spoke, slowly, but every word was heavy with meaning. The tree outside grew strong because it had to face the burning sun, heavy rain, and storms. As he spoke, he pointed to the ground, showing how deep the roots had gone, seeking strength beyond what the eyes could see. It was the struggle that made it sturdy. The boy looked at the trunk and saw more than wood. He saw overcoming difficulties, daily challenges, and the real price of growth. The indoor plant? It never had to resist anything. So, it never really grew. That moment became a mirror for the boy, and if we stop to think, for us too. How many times do we complain about life's weight, not realizing it's building our roots? Want real-world examples? A student repeating a year might be learning resilience. A business owner losing money in the beginning is actually building perseverance. This isn't feel-good fluff, it's real life. The secret isn't avoiding problems, it's growing through them. When we overprotect ourselves, thinking comfort equals success, we lie to ourselves. The comfort zone is soft, sure, but it's also deceiving. It stops us from testing our real potential. It's like trying to run a marathon by only training indoors. It doesn't work. The biggest names in the world, whether in art, business, or sports, all went through storms. And it was exactly there that their roots took hold. The boy realized that if he wanted to become someone real, he'd have to accept the wind and rain as part of the journey. And once again, the grandfather smiled, because he knew the best part of the conversation was still coming. The grandfather finally broke the silence and said, "The secret to success isn't avoiding hardship, it's walking through it." That hit the boy hard. And honestly, it should hit all of us. Anyone chasing personal development needs to get this. Obstacles aren't enemies, they're steps. Pain teaches, failure sharpens, and each stumble shows you where to step more carefully next time. And when you start choosing the hard path, what you gain can't be bought. Emotional strength, inner armor, and the kind of wisdom no one can take away. Let's be real. Losing a job often reveals a hidden talent. A breakup can lead to writing a book, starting a business, or discovering a whole new self. That doesn't mean we go out looking for suffering, but we do need to understand it's part of the formula. Life will test you, but every hit you take is really an invitation to rise. Need motivation? Think about the times you already overcame something you thought you couldn't. That wasn't your end, it was your start. And that's the difference between surviving and truly flourishing. The real turning point is when we stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because here's the truth: no struggle, no success. No pressure, no diamond. And if you never leave your comfort zone, your success will always be a small, fragile version of what it could have been. The boy learned that standing in front of a tree. You can learn it now. Maybe, just maybe, life's been planting the same signs right in front of you. If there's one thing this story makes crystal clear, it's that true success doesn't land in your lap. It's built with sweat, setbacks, and a burning desire not to quit. So let me ask you, how long are you going to keep watering your life with fear, hoping to grow inside a cozy little pot? It's time to face the sun, the rain, the wind. It's time to step out of your comfort zone. What are the obstacles you've been avoiding? What's standing between you and the personal development you know you're capable of? Drop it in the comments. Seriously, writing it out brings clarity. And if this story moved you, made you think differently, don't let that feeling fade. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and grow with us. Because if you made it this far, your roots are already starting to take hold.